Temperatures and wind chills from the North Pole will be making a visit across the United States as we go into Martin Luther King Day and beyond into the last week of January. And this could come with even more snow across parts of Canada and the United States as well. We'll be timing out when you can expect the snow, how much snow you can see, and the impacts from this cold air and all the snowfall as well in this video. So make sure to subscribe to the channel down below, everyone. And welcome back again to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage. My name is Hunter. Subscribe to the channel, follow along with all my daily updates here as we have a lot of winter to talk about. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and share this video with friends, family, and on social media. I definitely appreciate it. Let's look at the GOES satellite imagery here on this Monday morning, and notice it's pretty quiet out here. And as you look out the window across most of the United States, especially if you're in the central and eastern US, we're seeing lots of sunshine here on this Monday, but it doesn't feel that great across the east. It may look great outside and you step outdoors and it is much colder across the Ohio Valley and into the mid-Atlantic here, and a little bit chilly also across the west through your Friday time frame. That will just continue all the way through the week. Dry weather, cold air is dry air, right? So we're going to continue to see that pattern as we go in through the Friday, January 17th time frame. So really all the way through this work week, drier weather for the most part across the east, and a little bit of some wet weather at times, but that'll be mainly up to the north into southern Canada. Let's look at our temperatures as we go through the afternoon. Here are your highs expected on this Monday afternoon, January 13th. And notice we have below zero highs up here in North Dakota and northern Minnesota, single digits above zero here across parts of southern Minnesota, eastern South Dakota into Wisconsin, and then teens and 20s a little bit further south from there toward Des Moines, Chicago, and Indianapolis going into the afternoon. Going into the middle of the week, here are your low temperatures waking up Wednesday morning, probably one of the coldest mornings across the contiguous United States, as we actually see temperatures slightly below zero here, and also those wind chills will be well below zero. We will recover Wednesday afternoon into the teens and 20s across the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast, and we'll see a little bit of return flow across the plains, and that will start off our Friday morning. Late in the week on the 17th, notice we start off a little bit warmer, the higher springboard of which to start, and that means our Friday afternoon temperatures will take a major jump here to the north with that freezing line going all the way up into the upper Midwest, northern plains, so you can expect mid 40s here into places like Des Moines, Omaha, 40 degrees in Chicago, 41 in Milwaukee, maybe even pushing near 50 there in St. Louis at 48, and that is going to melt a lot of our snowpack. And by the way, if you have any salt on your vehicle, Friday would be the day to go get your car washed. That is for sure, as those temperatures warm significantly above freezing for a large chunk of the country. Let's go look at a precipitation as we go through the week. Dry today for the most part. We do have a little bit of some rain in southern Georgia, South Carolina, North Florida. Severe weather is not expected, so that's some good news. We got some lake effect snow up here around the Great Lakes. That will continue as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday as well. We got a clipper system up to the north. This will remain well to the north into Manitoba and Ontario. We got a little bit of rain down here in South Texas. Other than that, very dry, cold, high pressure across the country as we go into Thursday. And then again, you see the clipper storm track well to the north in Canada, and that will be giving us a little bit more snowpack up there as well. Some of that snowfall could trickle in by Friday to Montana, Wyoming, but notice again, Friday we're warming up and Friday we're dry east of the Rockies for the most part. So make sure if you have any salt on your vehicle, I advise you to go wash your vehicle as we go into that Friday time frame. Here's the snowfall accumulation expected between now and Friday, January 17th. That would be, yes, this Friday. And notice you have the snowfall well to the north here up into Canada. Not much to speak of across the United States outside of the lake effect snow for the lakes. Good looking up here in Canada. Nice stripe of snow here of a few inches from northern Alberta into north central Saskatchewan, central Manitoba, much of the province of Ontario, and into southwest Quebec. That's where most of the snowfall will be. So the snowfall will be north, but still south of the Hudson Bay through Friday. Precipitation, we do have some rainfall down near the Gulf Coast and into North Florida. That could add up to around a quarter, half inch, maybe upwards to an inch in some isolated areas going through Friday as well. Flash flooding is really not going to be too much of a concern here. Going into the weekend, jet stream is definitely going to be active. We have that subtropical jet across the southeast. That's where a low pressure system will develop and move up the east coast as we go into the weekend. And that is, by the way, on our leading edge of all the Arctic air coming from the pole to the north. Look at here, the warmer temperatures preceding this system will definitely lead to more rain here across the southeast on Saturday. Colder air on the backside, some cold snow across portions there of Colorado into western Kansas, maybe a rain-snow mix-up into parts of interior New England as well. Look at the blue line. This is what we want to focus on. By Sunday, it goes all the way down to South Texas here, and Monday going all the way toward Mexico and the Gulf Coast. And by the way, we're going to be seeing a little bit of snow out ahead of this, so we're going to see a couple of inches here and there across the Rockies, maybe even the Great Lakes here, seeing some lake effect snow, maybe a little bit of a snowstorm. The European model shows, and the GFS model may be showing a little bit more snow here across the Northeast, especially that I-95 corridor as well. Keeping an eye on that between Saturday the 18th and Martin Luther King Day Monday, the 20th of January. Let's look at that because our pressure, look at the high pressure at 1,044. This is going to tank across the northwestern United States, and look at the cold air as it just seeps in from the north. Saturday, January 18th, look at these purples here. Those are temperatures 30, 35, perhaps 40 degrees below normal, and we're in January, folks, so you know it's cold. It gets even more widespread and further south as we go into Sunday, going all the way down here to South Texas, and that is temperatures, again, 40 degrees below normal at times, and then the bottom just drops out on Martin Luther King Day. I mean, we're talking temperatures approaching 50 degrees below normal here in the plains, the Midwest, the Ohio Valley here. And this cold air is, by the way, is ticketed all the way to the Keys of Florida, western Cuba, even the Yucatan folks could even be seeing below normal temperatures from this cold blast as we go into Martin Luther King Day. Let's just peek at those temperatures here. Preliminary numbers, low temperatures Monday morning, Martin Luther King Day, we could be waking up. These are just air temperatures here, not even the real feel. Minus 14 in the Twin Cities, minus 1 in Chicago, minus 4 there in Milwaukee, 23 degrees below zero in parts there of North Dakota, and perhaps 26 below in parts of the higher elevations of Wyoming. You factor in the wind and it creates insult to injury here. Look at the wind chill values approaching minus 50 up here in parts of southern Saskatchewan, southwest Manitoba, and even North Dakota here, getting into the 40s below zero, 20 below zero, perhaps all the way south into Kansas, parts of Missouri there into Illinois, the Ohio Valley like Indiana, Ohio, even northern Kentucky, Michigan. So it's definitely going to be cold, and that freezing line goes all the way south. It could be feeling like the upper 20s in Jacksonville, mid 20s over here toward Tallahassee on Martin Luther King Day in the morning. Afternoon comes along and we don't get much warmer. Notice their temperatures still in the teens below zero. These are high temperatures Martin Luther King Day afternoon, and our wind chills in the afternoon will only be able to recover into the 30s below zero. So this is a dangerous brand of air. A dangerous cold blast is coming as we go into that time frame, and it'll continue even beyond Martin Luther King Day. We're going to continue to see that on Tuesday the 21st all the way through Sunday the 26th of January, and then it'll kind of move east as it does toward the East Coast. Will start to moderate further off to the west, especially up here in Western Canada. And looking at that pattern, even if you get just a little bit of moisture and it's really cold, we could fluff up a few inches of snow here. So probability of an inch or more of snowfall through Sunday, the 26th, pretty decent out here in the Rockies, the upper Midwest, over here into the Great Lakes and interior Northeast as well, and much of the southern Canadian provinces. Probability of 3 inches or more of snow, pretty decent again from Montana south here into the mountains of New Mexico, also around the Great Lakes and interior New England, parts of the Ohio Valley, and then 6 inches or more of snow, mainly focusing that over here in southeast Canada, the Great Lakes and interior New England, but also the mountains again from Montana down towards New Mexico and Colorado. Could be seeing that potential as we go through that time frame. So it's going to get very cold, dangerously cold at times. We're going to keep you updated. An evening update video is likely, so make sure you're watching that later on today. Turn on your post notifications for that. Subscribe to the channel so you stick with me throughout this cold weather pattern and all the way through the spring, summer, fall. We have you covered here as well. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video by giving you a thumbs up down below. Also, share this video with friends, family, and on social media. Also, leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to those later on after the video, and I hope everyone has a terrific rest of their Monday out there.